Hello everybody, today I'll be reacting to every WCA world record single. Let's go. Jeez. 2x2 at this point has just become like who can start and stop the timer faster. Like seriously, people I wouldn't be surprised if you're going for the 2x2 world record, you might actually practice like starting and stopping the timer. It's just get a 4 mover and then boom, you win. All right, let's go to 3x3. He's locked in, bro. Come on, why'd you have to buy? Still, that's crazy though. It could have even been sub 3. Like, it was pretty close to being sub 3. But who knows how long it'll be until we get another solve like this. My guess is it was pretty lucky. But that luck has definitely been dissipated recently as people, like the biggest skill that's been improving for 3x3, I'd say is probably inspection, because people can see like half the solve. And that's all stuff that they don't have to look ahead anymore, which, I don't know. I feel like people didn't used to do that, or we just heard about it less. I'm not too sure. All right, let's do 4x4. Nice video. Max Park is just insane. People haven't been talking about him as much anymore, but his look ahead is like unmatched. And big cube efficiency also. And really, he's just really good. Just we don't see him as much in 3x3 anymore, so. Alright, let's go 5x5. Timon picking up the 5x5 world record here with the Yao method. If you want to learn it, check out up there. Timon is just crazy as well. I mean, they're all fast, obviously. These are the world records, but it just looks like, it looks fake, you know? And he's crazy efficient. Like, does he, I think he averages less moves than Ehung does. And then ZB, obviously. 30 seconds is crazy, though. Like, I average like 1 minute on 4x4. Man, I'm slow. Oh my gosh. Alright, here's the 6x6 world record. I won't make you watch all of this because it's like a minute long. But also, it's 6x6 and it's a minute long, and that's just insane. Again, Max Park, insane look ahead. Pretty good efficiency. He's color neutral on Yao. Well, not Yao. Well, yeah. Yeah. On 4x4 he uses Yao. And he's color neutral at that, which is quite difficult, but big cubes, he's definitely been, I don't know, just really good. Of course, how long ago was this menu? Let's see. Wait. Okay, 1 month ago. Not too bad. Sub 1 minute though, that's insane. Oh my gosh. Never fail to have an awkward handshake after a world record. That's Max Park for you. That's crazy though. Sub 1 minute. Alright, here's 7x7, of course. Max is just going crazy. And he doesn't even show us the cube. He could have just traded it out for a solved one. We don't know. Actually, there's like a perfect little table cover and everything. Max, you might be busted. Alright, here's the blindfolded world record. I've been practicing blind a lot more, and it's kind of, blind is kind of interesting because like the faster you can solve it, the less, I guess, time you have to remember what like your memo for. So if you can like execute really fast, your memo only has to stick in your head for like 6 seconds or something like that. And then if you mix that with like a pretty lucky solve where you get some pieces in the right spot, you know, 1 cycle sort of thing, then you get this. I wonder how much faster he is than other people at flipping over cube covers. Okay, 5-second memo. That's just insane. Memorizing a whole cube in 5 seconds. And then obviously, great execution. Grabs the guy's paper and just does a little happy dance, which I would too. I mean, that's insane. World record. And not sub 12 either. That's got to be kind of disappointing, but also it's a world record, so you never know. Alright, this is one-handed world record. Not the best shot, I'm gonna be honest, but people's turning on one-handed is just insane. Like, I have no idea. My pinkies are not that strong, bro. They don't know what they're doing. so many rotations. And also it's CFOP with PLL skip, was that? No AUF? People have been using Ru a lot more for one-handed because it's like quite a bit more efficient. So if you can't turn as fast, then it's probably better to have that. But if you're as fast as this guy, then might as well just use CFOP. And then very lucky as well. Nice. Alright, continuing on, we have the clock world record single. This is, my guess would be 7 simul, non-flip, which I did try to learn and kind of just gave up. It's definitely helpful that you can push pins in inspection now though. It's just so fast. It's crazy. It's also kind of funny that you have to wait to see what your result is, you know? Like most of the time you just like look at it and you know, right? Or you flip up your blindfold and you know, but here you have to wait for a judge to flip it, you know? Who knows how many world record possible attempts have been DNF'd, right? Alright, here we have Megaminx.
Yep.
GAN Megaminx, interesting. I was expecting a Diane or something like that, but he's going for the GAN. I'd guess V2, but I guess, I don't know for sure. Black side, of course. It's just so fast. I don't know how to grip a Megaminx properly. Like, it feels unnatural to me. But this is just, he's just zooming, you know? Another thing about Megaminx is it can be really hard to just find pieces. There's just so many pieces and all different colors. You have to basically solve like 5 crosses each time, you know? And I'm not color neutral, so that makes it kind of crazy, but Pyraminx. That's, he just does it. Oh my gosh. Look how he doesn't even, I mean, obviously he does it all the way, like by the rules, but that thing just looks like, it looks like it got ran over by a car right now. Like he solved it and it's just dead, but counts as solved, so, you know. Skewb, Carter Kukala, he actually signed this mat right there. I've seen him with the average world record, I think, but not the single. So it's nice that he was able to get it this time. I mean, obviously having a world record is awesome, right? But based on the sweatshirt, I'm predicting GAN Skewb, and I'm right. Would you look at that? Too smart. He knocked his camera over. Like the Skewb got solved and just like attacked it. And he's already standing up. Skewb is so interesting. Like just based on how you turn it. Like if you're gonna drop any cube, it's gonna be a Skewb. Like I had this one time at my grandparents' house where I was like, I almost just threw my Skewb, and then I pretended to throw it, and then it actually just flew out of my hands. Flew like 20 feet across the room, landed on like a metal heater, and not a scratch. I don't know what they make those GAN Skewbs out of, but it is quite durable. Alright, 3.41 square one world record. Let's see this. Those case covers are so nice. Oh, what is this scramble? You know, I did get a full cube shape scramble that I threw super bad because I hadn't practiced at all. That was so locky. But, I mean, hey, if you can get it, that's kind of crazy. Looks like he doesn't think the scramble was real. I don't know for sure, but that is 1/100th of a second faster than Samir's solve. Alright, we got 4 blind here. Stanley Chapel. This guy is just dominating this event right now. He recently broke the average world record, which is faster than the second single in the world, which is just insane. Okay, nod on. Yeah. Alright, yeah. Last one. Nice. So happy. Alright, here's the 5x5 blind world record. I'm guessing it's just going to be a longer version of 4x4. Oh. He's so nervous. He knows this could be a world record. And it is anyway. Kind of an interesting event, multi-blind, which isn't where you try to get the fastest time. It's where under a time limit, You have to have the most cubes, which I wonder which cubes these are. I don't recognize that center cap, but they all seem to be the same cube. Does he have his blindfold upside down? That's what it looks like. Maybe it's a multi-directional though. It looks like he already has his blindfold on, but I know he can see. That's just crazy. A lot of multi-blinders like memorize the cubes with like rooms, right? So you imagine like your bedroom and then your kitchen or your living room or whatever while you're solving the cube. But I don't know like what would you do for this many cubes, because you not only have to remember like the rooms themselves but also the order of the rooms. So I don't know if this guy's just got like some mansion somewhere and he's just going through all the rooms, or if there's a different strategy that he uses. I'm not super sure, but you gotta have crazy consistency here, but then also solve somewhat fast, because if Memo took him half the time, then execution he'd have to do like 30 seconds per cube, which is not a small feat. Okay, wait, do they tell them when their time is up? Hold on. Okay, he thinks he has it. Do they give you a warning when your time is almost up, or do you just have to guess? Okay, I'm not too sure actually. All right, let's see this. 66 cubes times 20 pieces. 1,320 pieces of information. 1,320 pieces. All letters. They have to memorize and then execute in the exact order perfectly that you memorize them. That's insane. Okay, so it looks like the competitor can ask the judge to give them warnings during their attempt. That makes more sense. Imagine just having to guess when 60 hours were. There'd be so many failed world records just because you didn't know how much time you had left. Anyway, that is the video for today. Thanks for watching. I skipped FMC because that's just an hour of writing stuff down. And I think it's tied between 3 people. But I hope you enjoyed seeing all the records, and I'll see you next time. See ya!